Before I jump into Betsy's questions from yesterday, I want to be sure that everyone understands what the goal is, and it's not to empty the dishwasher or even put the dishes away. The goal is to maintain regulation, and here's why. Joe can't be impulsive, which is when he hits or bites himself, and intentional, which is putting the dishes away at the same time. The brain is either living in fight or flight and reacts to stress, or it is thinking intentionally about what to do next. We obviously want to increase the amount of time that Joe is intentional. So the question is, how do we keep the brain from going into the fight or flight and looping? Well, it's with us as co-regulators. Joe needs Betsy to be a co-regulator for him because he just can't calm down on his own. In fact, Betsy is Joe's most powerful regulator. It's not sensory equipment or doing things like deep pressure. Now, does that help? Yes, but by grounding, lowering our energy, whispering, and coaching the body through each step, that is when the individual is going to be the most successful. So this is why one of the first steps that I do when working with families is to help parents understand and learn and experience their own regulation. Because if you're not in a place where you can be regulated, it will be very, very difficult to regulate your child. And Betsy did an amazing job at coaching Joe calmly. And this will help him be more intentional because he's calmer, and she's supporting the motor planning too by coaching his body. Okay, so to answer Betsy's question, why was Joe putting the dishes away in random spots even though he knows where they go? Well, it was probably because he was on the verge of going into fight or flight, so he couldn't be fully intentional at that moment to complete the task. He was trying so hard to get it done so that he wouldn't go into his loops. And remember, this is the first time that Joe has done this task, so we have to have a baseline. And from here, we will build. And it's really important to know, too, that this can take a while to get down, to get all of the motor plan and regulation down. So we may need to modify and shift as we go. But Joe is building his capacity to self-regulate and to reduce his loops. We're excited for what is to come.